For years, I told myself that I'd start when things calmed down, when the kids were older, when I had more money, more confidence, more time. But here's what I've learned, that perfect timing is a complete myth. The longer that we wait for everything to align, the more life passes us by. So in this video, I'm going to share the moment that I stopped waiting and started building, even when things were messy and uncertain and just unclear. And so if you've been waiting for the right time to start again, this is honestly your sign that this is now. It's now. This is the perfect time. And so inside my one-to-one coaching program, I help women stop waiting and start creating the clarity, the confidence, and the structure that they need to finally move forward with everything they've ever desired and dreamed of. So if you want to book a free clarity call below, the link is there. Let's start where you are, not where you think you should be. The first thing we're going to talk about in this video is what did waiting for perfect timing cost you in the past in terms of opportunities, peace, or joy? I'm going to get real. I have definitely sat on ideas for way too long, waiting for all the content to be ready, waiting for the website to be done, waiting for the branding to look perfect and shiny and gorgeous, waiting for business cards, things like a video ad that I can put online and attach to some kind of Facebook content platform. So a lot of that time when I was actually waiting for this perfect timing to come, I was actually stalling. And the reason why I was stalling was because I was afraid. And I didn't want to admit that I was afraid. I felt like by doing all the things and having everything together, I was in action, I was being proactive. But in reality, the fear was stopping me from literally hitting send. It was stopping me from just telling people what I'm doing. It was stopping me from actually just putting myself out there. And I'll be honest, one of the biggest things I've had to overcome is sharing my voice, because my whole life, I come from a very small island called Bermuda. And I really feel like being from a small place like that, it puts so much pressure on you. You feel like there's literally this spotlight on you to do everything perfectly, to do everything right. And growing up in that environment, I actually started to silence my voice. I started to not speak up because I was afraid of saying the wrong thing. I was afraid of offending someone. I was afraid of being judged in a certain way. And the reality is you cannot control any of those things. You cannot control how people perceive you. And so I've really learned that sometimes you have to take the imperfect action. You have to start messy and just trust the process, that it's going to be hard at first. It's going to look messy, but over time you'll get better and it will become more clear exactly what you're supposed to do. The types of content you're supposed to make, the types of people you're supposed to serve, all of those things get more clear once you do. And so you have to put yourself out there and just start so that you can get the answers later. That's literally how it works. So even with this coaching business, I'm pretty confident that I could have started this YouTube channel earlier, maybe 6 months earlier, and I would have definitely been further ahead. But I had so many fears. I didn't know exactly what kind of content I wanted to create or who I wanted to serve. And because of that, I stalled and I stalled. I'm here now, and so that's what counts. They say the best time to start is actually yesterday, and the second best time to start is today. And so I'm going to talk in this next part of the video about what shifted when I decided to start imperfectly. So I was at an event recently with Stephen Bartlett, who is another amazing YouTuber, and he says the price of entry is embarrassment. You have to do things ugly, you have to do things messy, you have to do things without all the clarity, but eventually you're going to find your voice, your niche, your audience along the way. And it's like that quote from Rumi, when you start to walk on the way appears. So just start. Even for me now, I still have a toddler who's breastfeeding at night, and she's a very light sleeper. So some of the business habits that I want to develop are really challenging right now, but I'm going to start anyway. I'm going to start and I'm going to pivot my business as my kids get older. I'm going to change my schedule. The reality is you can do hard things. We can all do hard things. And so it's just another exercise. It never gets perfect. It doesn't even get perfect for people who have been in this game for 5 or 10 years. There are still challenges. And so you have to just keep showing up and keep doing the thing. So one thing I want to talk about next is what's the one step that women can take this week to stop waiting and start building? I would say the one step you can take is to do the thing that scares you Even if you won't be consistent, even if it's going to be uncomfortable, I want you to do the thing that scares you. Write it down. And even if it's hard, I want you to get started on that thing because it's usually the thing that scares us most that's going to get us closer to our dreams. And so, whether it's the voice thing, like I said, and you just being scared of sharing your voice, your opinions out there, put it out there, introduce yourself. Tell people what you believe and what you think and why, because the reality is, even though you might not please everyone, you're going to find your tribe eventually. Even though there's going to be a lot of people that are going to send negative comments or tease the way that you're doing something or just not understand you, yes, there's going to be that element to everything you do. There's also going to be the element of you finding people who resonate with your message, you finding people who actually love how you're showing up and love parts of your story. And so do it for those people. Don't do it for the haters. Do it for the people who are the congratulators, the people that are going to support you and your dreams and who actually believe in what you're doing and your message. Okay. So I want you to, when you're doing that hard thing, to push aside the negative things that could happen and think of what if it actually works out? Don't dwell on what if it doesn't. Think about what if it actually works out. Focus on the amazing rewards, the opportunities that are going to come your way, the amazing success that you could have in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years. I want you to really start to think with a glass half full mentality because that is just so much more positive and it's going to keep you going even when times are a little bit hard, even when it gets uncomfortable or challenging. You're going to have that big why to anchor into and it's going to help you to keep making forward momentum and taking step by step. And so if you have time, I want you to get out a journal and I want you to brainstorm everything that would happen if it goes right. Would you get the better job? Would you get the bigger paycheck? What would that afford you? How would your life change? How would you show up differently? I want you to get it so amazingly clear on that positive outcome and start to dwell on that. Stop dwelling on the negative because it's just going to push you further away from your dreams and keep you stuck. I want you to really stay dialed into why you want that big dream because reality is it's usually about more than money. It's about more than a title. It's about more than a paycheck. It's about a different style of life, a different way of showing up, a different way of being, and actually tapping into that woman that you desire to become because she is there. She's so much closer than you even think. You just have to take that messy action, get uncomfortable, do the things that scare you, and show up. Show up for yourself, show up for your dreams. Don't forget about that little girl who had that big dream in the beginning anyway. Do it for that little girl inside of you that wants to just be rooting for you and so excited when you actually get that thing that you desire. And I would just say that know and trust that it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. Sometimes these things take months or years to build. So just be prepared to put in the work and be consistent. And then eventually, little by little, you get to see the fruits of your labor. And so I want to say before we end this video that the timing won't ever be perfect, but you are ready. If you're done waiting and you're ready to create the life that you've been dreaming about, I want you to click the link below to start. Let's build your next chapter, one brave step at a time. I'll see you in the next video.